So far, I've taken the old rotten boat and replaced all the stringers, all the transom, new floor, new switches and dash panel, all new wiring, new fuel lines. The engine is ready to go. The drive is installed and it starts and runs. Steering is connected. So now it's time to turn to the interior. Now, if you look back to the original video in this series, when I purchased this boat, the factory interior was all gone. There was just nothing but a couple of old fishing seats and some terrible carpeting and a rotten floor on rotten stringers. So I decided I wasn't going to try to restore it to original condition, since I didn't even have the originals in any condition to refer to. So I decided I would just freelance and do my own thing. So I picked up a bucket seat from an old ski boat, found that online, and then decided to build the rest myself. Now, one of the things I've noticed between the old boats of this vintage, this is a 1969, to the current boats, is the current boats have a lot more storage underneath under the seats at the sides with locking doors, whereas in this, it was basically all open. Just find a place to throw things and hope it doesn't roll across the floor. I'd also been to the boat show with my wife, and she liked the idea of a little lounge seat, so I thought, well, I'll try to create one. And I had some foam around to use for the seat cushions, so I decided I would make my own seat cushions. Now, I've never sewn before. My wife sews, so anyway, I figured it couldn't be too hard. So first step was to plan it out and to build the seat boxes, which I did. I built those out of plywood. Kind of partially assembled them out of the boat, set them in place. Everything is held down to the floor, which is already fiberglassed over and well cured. It's all held down with PL, so I didn't put a bunch of screws into the floor. So there's nowhere for moisture to transfer from the boxes into the floorboards. That was one of the things I'm trying to avoid, and everything in this boat is to not create paths for moisture if I can avoid it. Created the seat boxes, got it all ready, tested it all. Then I took some light, I think it was like a 6-ounce fiberglass cloth, and covered everything with that and glassed it all in, just to seal it all in really well. And then once that was all sealed, sanded, made nice and smooth, I used the same white Interlux Brightside polyurethane paint on the seat boxes as I used on the exterior boat. I also decided to build a console for the center of the boat under the dash to provide a small locking glove compartment and a switch panel and a place to put the trim buttons. So I built that out of plywood, test fitted all, sealed it up, painted it, and then just for an added touch, just for fun, I installed a blue LED light strip around the recessed switch panel just because it looks cool. Probably will never use it, but it's kind of a fun little thing to have in there. Tried using my wife's sewing machine for sewing the seat cushions, and it didn't like the outdoor thread that I was using, so I went and bought a vintage Singer 1591 sewing machine, and that works beautifully, and made up the seat cushions for the boat. And then the final thing in the boat was to install the flooring. I bought some of the PVA foam flooring. It's like a artificial teak look, but it's actually soft to walk on. There are some, name brands out there like C-Deck, etc., but me being the cheap guy I am, I just found some lower cost options on eBay, installed that. And here you can see just a quick video of the inside of the boat with the engine running, and you can see the engine lid in some of these the teak strips on top. I'll cover how I did that in another video. Anyway, so now the boat is essentially ready to go.